Welcome to Rugby Chat for yet another year. Welcome to Spates ODT Rugby Chat for another week. Highlanders all over. We did the Highlanders last week, and big weekend for the Highlanders. They turned around and beat the Chiefs as I said they would. Thought they'd win 13 plus, but didn't. They're on to the Waratahs this weekend. Another big challenge for them. We're back on Clubbery this week, so I've got Tonkinson and Aleki, both ex-Otago boys, both playing for the mighty Harbour Hawks, and the talk is that Harbour Hawks will go all the way this year. So CO, welcome along. We'll just start with you, mate. Now you've been injured, I hear, and you've had a bit of a groin problem, so you've been out for a few months.
Yeah, been out for a few months, yeah.
So what's the, so you've been back playing, but I hear there's a bit of controversy out at Harbour because you're only, first couple of games you're only allowed to play for 30 minutes, is that right?
34.
And then you've been playing, I think you have a period of 6 games where you've got to play 60 minutes?
Yeah, not really, just, yeah.
Getting it through that, and then how many more of those games you got to go?
Hopefully the body holds up this week, and hopefully I can play 80 next week.
So, Aleki, you must be happy to get them actually playing 80 minutes a game because you've got to play 80 minutes. You've got to play 80 minutes every week.
Yeah, well, it's good when he jumps in. It's good to play outside, and he's a good player.
So you're playing first five as well. You're not normally. You're normally a midfielder. So how are you going with first five?
Oh, just adapting to it. Really, I'm not really used to it, but getting used to it.
And you're also a part of the regime that Stuyvesant's put on. You know, you're not supposed to be goal kicking or kicking for touch. Pretty hard on your first five, mate.
Yeah, definitely, but it's rugby really.
So how are you coping with that? No kicking during the game?
Yeah, well, we've managed to.
Do you do a lot of kicking anyway out at Harbour?
Well, we sometimes do, I suppose. It depends on the conditions, but yeah, we've got a few capable kickers with Logan at fullback and Taylor at halfback, and most of our backs can put the odd cheeky one in here and there.
So, mate, what's the difference? I mean, you're playing pretty well. You've only lost one game this year. I think you might have lost to the mighty Sharks early on, and that was pretty stiff.
Yeah.
And you had a draw, and you've won every other game. So what's the difference between this year and last year?
The difference is our team chemistry. We're a real tight-knit group this year. Also had a good pre-season, but the young boys stepping up really helps us. Some of the old boys can sit back, not have to do as much, but it really helps the team go forward when you've got all 15 players really shooting for it and going hard. So, you've come into this side. Now, look, they've had a reputation for having absolutely no discipline, this team, this Harbour side. They're always getting penalised, sin-binned every other week. How's their discipline since you've been involved?
I think it's been pretty good this year. All the boys the penalties have been just mostly team penalties, and that's how we're getting our cards and that.
Right.
But other than that, no, it's pretty good.
Aleki, I think I've written about it in the paper, there was a bit of a game against Tyree. There's a bit of a love-hate relationship going on with the Hawks and Tyree, but is it as bad as I'm writing up, or is it am I just making that up?
It's friendly competition. I think it's always going to be a heated game. It's two big sides. They love physical rugby, so there's always going to be little niggles here and there, but yeah, it's, like I said, it's friendly.
Friendly? Okay, we'll take that to the bag. I'll take that with a grain of salt. Yeah. So look, CO, let's talk about the Otago boys for a minute. You know, close to you, close to your heart. Just come out of there last year. How are they going this year? How do you think they're going?
I haven't really watched much of them play this year, but I've been talking to Ryan Martin, and he said they're tracking along all good, and that's good to hear. And yeah.
So have you seen any of the games?
No, I've only watched the Saffron boys game.
Aleki, have you seen any games?
I did see their first game they had out against Harbour.
Right.
Out at Harbour, so
what are you thinking? Will they make the 4? I just don't know if they make the top 4 at this stage.
To be honest, I think they will.
Right.
They'll really knuckle down, and Ryan Martin will get them going. But I think I saw they played about 7 games in, was it 21 days or something like that.
They're playing a lot of games, and they're playing during the week as well.
Yeah, so that's definitely hard on the squad. There, so hopefully they can get the A team out there and roll through.
To see it's got to be a lot harder this year because, like, when you were playing in the first 15 comp, admittedly there was a lot of easy games where you could sort of play a lot of the other players when you're in that sort of when you're playing all those other games. But when you're playing in a Colts competition where there's no easy games, it's got to be pretty tough for them this year. Is it?
Tough for them, especially if you have an inter-school on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and then you have a big game against varsity or one of the likes of the top 4 team. It's pretty tough for the young boys.
Yeah. So look, what do you think? I mean, you both watched. So which game did you watch? You watched the Southland boys game.
Boys,
is that when they drew?
Yeah, they drew. Yeah.
So that was down there. So you went down. So
there.
what's the difference? I've seen both sides play now. They must be pretty even this year, are they?
Yeah, I think it's pretty even. The game I was watching was probably a little bit scrappy game in that weather down there, especially tough going down the Southland. And playing down in their home crowd.
Were they playing at the Southern Boys?
Yeah, Southern Boys.
So the ground wouldn't have been great, no, never is.
No,
Yeah.
never.
So Aleki, so where do you, I mean, with the Otago boys, there's a lot of talk around about, you know, the flogging players from other schools and all that sort of stuff, but that's sort of tending to die down. But do you see them making the four?
I do see them getting there. I do.
So why do you say? Do you reckon they'll just build up? They've only got about 4 or 5 games to go now, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I think their main focus has been the inter-school. So once they get Christchurch boys out of the way next week, I think they can really knuckle down and focus
get it done
on their Colts comp.
It probably will help them though, because they'll be still, like all the rest of the Colts teams have now stopped playing.
Yeah.
So they'll still play a couple of games. That'll probably be an advantage for them, won't it?
Yeah.
So they're still playing rugby, and they'll still be training. Ryan, are we still training them 9 times a day? So how are you coping with that? I mean, with the fact that now you're playing club rugby and you're not training 9 times a day, does it put more onus on you to do more training on your own?
Yeah, definitely it does. Coming from OBHS, training lots and then coming out of school it was pretty tough. But yeah.
So both you boys are in the Otago train-on squad.
Yeah. So
have you been in it all year, Aleki, or have you?
I got called in. A couple games into the season, got called in there with a couple other players, so it's good to have an opportunity.
So how many are in that squad now? 250, or are we down a bit from numbers and cent?
Oh, I'm not too sure how many people in the squad, eh?
So when do they name you? I think you were saying to me before, Aleki, last year they named the Otago squad started July. Have they changed it for this year?
Yeah, so I think what happens is it's after the semis and finals, so they can obviously watch those games. They've got a couple of pre-seasons, and then they name the team after that.
Okay, so it won't be till after the final.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, boys. Look, we'll move on to the Form 15 because I've got a few changes to make, and then we'll come back and talk about the games this weekend. Right, who are we dumping this week? I thought I was dumping you actually, but I see I've already replaced you with Tay Walton.
Oh, you got the jersey up there.
Yeah, he didn't play that. In fact, he didn't play at all on the weekend, so he's out. So Lockie Moore comes back in. What do you think of Lockie Moore? Goes okay for the Colours boys?
Yeah, no, he's good.
Okay. Tilly Paloka's coming in on the wing. I think I'm dumping Sean Connor because he's from Kaikoura. We don't like Kaikoura. So even though he's playing in the midfield, I've decided to put him in. And I'm dumping your boy. I'm dumping Logan Allen. He hasn't been written up for the last couple of weeks.
He went home last week, so
he's out. Right.
Yeah.
So we're putting in the whitebait back in. Tony Ensor. So look, now boys, I've also written about this tomorrow. I was watching a video, some dodgy video, over the last couple of days, and it was one of your big bullies tackling a wee 50 kilogram winger.
Yeah.
So that was who was that? Big Ratu.
Ratu, yeah.
Took out that little with the winger with a really, really long name. He'd be 50 kgs. That winger. Would he be 50 kgs?
Oh, not too sure. I was away that game, but
were you
I've
there?
definitely seen it a couple of times.
Were you there? Were you at the game?
Yeah,
Did you see the tackle?
Yeah, no, I saw the tackle.
So he would have been 50 kgs. That winger.
Oh,
If that,
yeah,
55.
well,
He looked like a jockey.
Yeah, he's pretty small, eh?
And they were trying to tell me it was when I read it, they were trying to tell me it was the tackle of the century. They're just making that up. It was just a big man taking out a wee man.
Oh, it's pretty big, eh?
Yeah, good technique.
Yeah, good technique.
Come from nowhere.
Good technique.
Good speed.
So how's Big Ratu going?
Nah, he's been going
Is he playing full? Is he playing full games, or is he coming off the bench a bit for you guys?
He was playing full games. He did have a little injury, but that was only for a couple of weeks, and then he's come back. He's really dynamic. He's explosive and big impact for us.
So what's the difference? I mean, I briefly talked about it before, but bring you back in, see how is it? It seems to be the ball running capability of a lot of your players in your team. Is that making a big difference to the side?
Yeah, I think it is. We've got big ball carriers and everyone's a threat throughout the field, and yeah.
So are you, as you in your first 5, are you running the game from first 5?
Oh yeah, me and Tala are halfback. Me and him are just running the game a little bit, and then it's good to get the input from Aleki and the big boys.
So is he doing enough talking at first 5?
Oh, he is.
He's chatting away.
He gets them going in the right direction.
And does Tala, does he talk it up a bit at halfback?
He does. Yep. Yeah. No, he's good. We just got to get in his ear and make sure he can hear us a fair bit louder.
Right. So he's a bit quiet. See how quiet on the paddock?
Oh, not in his actions.
Not in his actions?
No.
Right. No. Right, boys, we've got some big games this weekend, so we'll quickly run through those games and then I'll get some predictions on the Highlanders game. So Zingari Uni, what are you thinking?
Well, Varsity's been on a bit of a roll, so
going well, aren't they?
Yeah. they're looking dangerous, so I have to go varsity.
Yeah, what about you?
Varsity.
You going for varsity? Tyree and Southern, the big game out there at out of the Eel Pavilion.
I think Southern will get up.
Southern?
Yeah.
You're thinking Southern?
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, Southern 12 and under. Yeah, close one.
Yeah, look, I was sort of tending. I'm not a big Southern fan.
Yeah.
Well, not most people aren't, but I looked at that Tyree team today that came through, looked a bit weak. So yeah, I think you might be right. Might be Southern.
Nice.
So Kike and Dunedin will get thrashed, won't they?
Yeah, Kaigi seems to be their bogey team, but it's all on the line for Sharky. So.
Oh, I think they're gone there. They come back before.
Nah.
I don't see them back in the full now.
All right.
So you're going Kike?
Yeah, I'll go Kike.
You're going Kike?
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't. Both going Kike. And GI versus Alam Reunion?
I think the Land Reunion will be
Too strong?
too strong for them.
I think I'll go with the Spannerheads for the first one.
You're picking the Spaniards.
Yeah,
big call.
Big game for Sawani Amoto from the Green Highlands. So.
And who's playing their 100th game out there this weekend for the GI? Is it Sam Aripa?
Oh yeah, probably he's been around for a while.
Outside big fullback winger.
Jumps in the midfield sometimes here and
there.
there.
Might be his 100th game this weekend.
So they might get up. Yeah.
So you're going with the Spaniards. You're staying with the Alam Reunion. Good work.
Yeah.
And this is not a big game anymore. Pirates. I hear Craig Miller is not even playing for them this weekend. So Pirates Harbour.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
go for the Harbour boys. Yeah. You're going Harbour. And what about so look, let's have a quick look. What did you think of the Highlanders last week? Highlanders against the Chiefs. How do you think they went?
They went real well. It was a good game to watch. Yeah.
So how well do you think the wee halfbacks play?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
He's playing.
He's pretty good.
Good, right?
You'd be happy to play first five outside him.
Oh,
that
definitely.
big pass.
Any day.
What about you? Did you get to the game?
No, I didn't get to watch the highlights in that. So they're looking.
What's the highlights?
Yeah.
You didn't even watch the game.
No, I didn't. It's shocking, isn't it?
Unbelievable. So this weekend against the Waratahs. Tough ask.
You have to go for the Landers. Have to back the boys. Hopefully they can do the job.
You reckon, Landers?
Landers all the way.
Righto. Well, there it is. Look, the big game this weekend in town is that Tyree Southern game. Look, I'd normally pick Tyree 9 times out of 10, but looking at their team today, no Lynchies. I hear Lynchies could be playing for the Highlanders this weekend up against Tupper. That could be a big ask for him. But I just think that Tyree won't get it done this weekend, so I'm picking Southern 12 and under. And in the big game across the ditch, yeah, it's a tough ask for the Highlanders up against the Waratahs. Waratahs are very, very big side. But look, I'll go with the home team and they'll win by 2, and we'll be back and talk to you again next week.